It starts with the way you perceive yourself and the way others perceive you. It's not just about skills, knowledge, or talent. No matter how intelligent or skilled you are, if you fail to develop a personality that resonates with others, you will find doors closed to you. A pleasing personality is not just a trait. It is a powerful tool that can open up a world of opportunities. Today, I want to share with you the key elements that will help you build a personality that captivates, influences, and propels you towards success. First, know yourself. Understand who you are, what you stand for, and where you are going. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of a powerful personality. When you understand your strengths and weaknesses, you naturally exude confidence. This is the foundation upon which everything else is built. Confidence is magnetic. It pulls people toward you. If you don't believe in yourself, why should anyone else? But this confidence must come from within, from a clear understanding of your own worth. Second, adopt a positive mental attitude. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and obstacles, but your attitude determines your response to these challenges. A person with a positive attitude finds opportunities in every difficulty. They don't dwell on the problem, they focus on the solution. This positive outlook makes them approachable, makes them someone others want to be around. No one wants to be around a person who constantly complains or sees the world in a negative light. So, choose positivity. It is a choice that you can make every single day. Third, you must have a genuine interest in others. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Your ability to connect with people is directly linked to your willingness to understand them. Don't make conversations about yourself. Focus on the other person. Ask questions, listen intently, and seek to understand their aspirations, their challenges, and their dreams. By showing genuine care, you create bonds that go far beyond surface-level interactions. These bonds are what will support you on your journey to success. Fourth, master the art of communication. Communication is the bridge between you and others. The words you choose, the tone you use, and your ability to listen are all aspects of effective communication. Speak clearly, be concise, but most importantly, be mindful. Words have the power to uplift or destroy. To develop a pleasing personality, you must become a master of communication. The way you express yourself will shape how others view you and how they respond to you. Remember, communication is not just about talking, it's about listening too. Fifth, emotional control is crucial. A pleasing personality doesn't react impulsively. People are attracted to calmness and composure, not unpredictability. When you control your emotions, you maintain a sense of dignity and strength. Emotional stability is a trait that commands respect. People trust those who are calm in the face of adversity, who remain level-headed during times of chaos. Mastering emotional control allows you to navigate difficult situations with grace, and it makes you an attractive force to be around. 6. Practice gratitude and appreciation. Gratitude has the power to change your entire perspective on life. When you show genuine appreciation for the people around you, you build loyalty and goodwill. The more grateful you are, the more others will want to be around you. A simple thank you can go a long way in strengthening relationships. When people feel valued, they feel respected, and respect is the foundation of any strong, lasting relationship. 7th, embrace integrity and honesty. People are drawn to those they can trust. Trust is built through consistency in words and actions. Be the person who does what they say they will do. Be someone whose word is their bond. When you live with integrity, your reputation grows, and your personality shines with authenticity. A person of integrity commands admiration and respect. The consistency of your actions, aligned with your values, will be a beacon for others to follow. Lastly, commit to continuous improvement. A pleasing personality is not static. It evolves and grows with time. Invest in your personal development every single day. Whether it's learning new skills, improving your communication, or deepening your understanding of others, never stop growing. Those who rest on their laurels, thinking they've arrived, are soon overtaken by those who are constantly striving for better. Your commitment to self-improvement ensures that you stay relevant, impactful, and continually captivating to those around you. In conclusion, the development of a pleasing personality is not something that happens overnight. It is the result of conscious effort and continual growth. When you are self-aware, when you adopt a positive attitude, when you genuinely care about others, when you communicate effectively, when you maintain emotional control, when you show gratitude, when you act with integrity, and when you commit to growth, you will find that doors open, opportunities arise, and success follows. Developing a pleasing personality is not just a strategy for success, it is the key to becoming a magnet for greatness. Embrace this journey and watch how your life transforms. Thank you. Self-awareness and self-confidence are the cornerstones of a powerful personality. Without these two elements, no matter how much knowledge you accumulate or how hard you work, success will always feel elusive. Self-awareness is the foundation on which everything else stands. It's about understanding who you truly are, recognizing your strengths and weaknesses, and accepting them without judgment. When you are self-aware, you know your purpose, your direction, and your potential. And this kind of understanding breeds self-confidence, which is the energy that fuels everything you do. Confidence is not arrogance. It's a deep-seated belief in your ability to achieve whatever you set your mind to. When you exude confidence, others see you as a leader, someone who has a clear vision and the courage to pursue it. Without self-awareness, there is no clear vision. Without self-confidence, there is no courage to act. Together, they form the bedrock of a personality that naturally attracts others and opens doors that would otherwise remain closed. People who possess a deep sense of self-awareness are not easily shaken by the opinions of others. They know who they are, and they stand firm in that knowledge. This strength allows them to walk into any room, any situation, and command attention without even trying. Why? Because confidence, when rooted in self-awareness, is a quiet force that doesn't need to prove anything. It simply is. It radiates from every action, every word, every glance. But this self-awareness does not come easily. It requires reflection, introspection, and a willingness to face the uncomfortable truths about ourselves. You must ask yourself tough questions. What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What do I fear? What excites me? These are not easy questions to answer, but they are the questions that will set you free. By answering them, you strip away the illusions and begin to see yourself as you truly are, without filters, without external expectations, just the raw, unfiltered version of yourself. Once you gain this understanding of who you are, you can begin to build self-confidence. Confidence comes from knowing that no matter what challenges you face, you are capable of overcoming them. It's the unwavering belief that your value is not determined by others' opinions, but by your own actions and decisions. When you are confident in yourself, you can take risks. You can step out of your comfort zone. You are not afraid to fail, because you know that failure is simply part of the process. Confidence is not about being perfect. It's about being comfortable with imperfection. It's about trusting that even when things don't go as planned, you have the strength to pivot, adapt, and try again. People with self-confidence don't just walk through life. They charge through it with purpose, taking ownership of their journey every step of the way. True self-confidence is magnetic. It draws people in because it gives others permission to believe in themselves too. When you show up fully in your own power, you inspire others to do the same. This creates a ripple effect. Confidence is not something you keep to yourself. It spreads to everyone around you. Your belief in yourself gives others the courage to believe in themselves. When you believe in your own value, others start to see your value as well. And as you continue to grow in your awareness and confidence, you begin to see opportunities instead of obstacles, solutions instead of problems. You become unstoppable. But there's a powerful truth that often gets overlooked. Self-awareness and self-confidence are not born overnight. They are the result of consistent effort. They are the fruits of self-discipline, self-reflection, and action. Self-awareness requires that you be brutally honest with yourself. It demands that you acknowledge your flaws, but it also asks you to celebrate your strengths. Confidence isn't about waiting for external validation. It's about validating yourself. It's about realizing that your worth is inherent, not dependent on what others think of you. When you stop seeking approval and start validating yourself, that's when true confidence takes root. And once it does, it transforms you into a force to be reckoned with. At the same time, the journey to self-awareness and confidence is not a solitary one. It's not about becoming self-absorbed or lost in your own world. True self-awareness and confidence come from understanding your relationship with others and the world around you. It's about recognizing that your growth is tied to how you interact with others. Your ability to listen, to understand, and to empathize with others is just as crucial as your ability to understand yourself. Your self-awareness should expand beyond your own being to encompass your impact on others. When you become attuned to how you affect those around you, you elevate your confidence even further. You are not just confident in yourself, you are confident in your ability to positively influence others. The truth is, self-awareness and self-confidence are the keys to everything. They unlock your potential. They open the doors to opportunity. Without them, you are simply going through the motions, hoping for success without fully committing to it. But with self-awareness and self-confidence, success becomes inevitable. You no longer wait for permission from others to succeed. You create your own path. You take control of your destiny. And as you continue on this journey of self-discovery, you will find that the world around you begins to change. People will gravitate toward you, opportunities will present themselves, and your influence will grow. In the end, there is no substitute for self-awareness and self-confidence. They are the foundation upon which everything else is built. Without them, you are just drifting. With them, you are unstoppable. When you know who you are and believe in yourself, you become the architect of your own success. So, take the time to reflect, to understand, and to build this powerful foundation. Because once you do, nothing will be beyond your reach. A positive mental attitude is the key to unlocking the doors of success. It is the driving force that propels you forward, no matter how hard the journey becomes. In life, you will inevitably face obstacles, setbacks, and failures. But it is how you respond to these challenges that defines your path. A person with a positive mental attitude doesn't just see the world for what it is, they see it for what it can become. They look at every difficulty as an opportunity to grow, every challenge as a stepping stone towards something greater. A positive mental attitude is not just an attitude, it is a way of life that can transform every single moment. It changes how you react to the world, how you perceive others, and how you approach every task, no matter how big or small. When you choose to adopt a positive mindset, you immediately shift your perspective. You begin to see possibilities instead of limitations, solutions instead of problems, and opportunities instead of roadblocks. It's easy to be defeated when faced with adversity, but a person with a positive mental attitude doesn't see setbacks as failures. They see them as lessons. They understand that success is not a straight line. It is filled with twists, turns, and detours. Instead of being discouraged by the bumps in the road, they are energized by the challenge. A positive mental attitude allows you to stay focused on your goals, even when the world around you is chaotic or uncertain. This attitude doesn't mean you ignore the reality of difficulties. It means you choose to focus on what you can control, the way you react, the way you think, and the way you choose to move forward. People with a positive mental attitude don't waste time on complaining or blaming others for their circumstances. They take full responsibility for their actions and their outcomes. They ask themselves, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? What is the opportunity in this situation? Instead of becoming a victim to their circumstances, they become the victor of their own story. One of the most powerful things about a positive mental attitude is its ability to attract positive outcomes. Energy is contagious, and a positive mindset attracts positive people, positive circumstances, and positive opportunities. When you project optimism and confidence, others are naturally drawn to you. Your positivity becomes a magnet, pulling opportunities and relationships into your life that otherwise might have passed you by. It's no coincidence that the most successful people are often the most optimistic. They have learned that their mental attitude shapes their reality. When you approach life with a can-do attitude, You open yourself up to a world of possibilities that remain hidden to those who only see obstacles. But it's important to understand that a positive mental attitude does not mean blind optimism or denial of reality. It's about maintaining an unwavering belief in yourself and your ability to overcome challenges, no matter how difficult. It's about knowing that you have the power to shape your circumstances, even when things seem beyond your control. A positive mental attitude is about resilience, the ability to bounce back from failure, to stay strong in the face of adversity, and to continue moving forward with purpose. This resilience doesn't come from ignoring the tough times. It comes from accepting that difficulties are a part of life and deciding not to let them break you. Your thoughts are powerful. They have the power to shape your actions and determine your results. When you adopt a positive mental attitude, you align your thoughts with your desires, dreams, and goals. Negative thoughts will always creep in, but with a positive mindset, you learn to dismiss them quickly and replace them with thoughts that empower you. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," you think, "I haven't figured it out yet, but I will." Instead of thinking, "This is too hard," you think, "This is an opportunity to prove what I'm capable of." This shift in thinking is a game changer. When you make a habit of thinking positively, you start to act more confidently, take more risks, and persist longer when things get tough. And all of these actions lead to greater success. One of the most remarkable things about a positive mental attitude is that it has a ripple effect. Your mindset influences not only your own success, but also the success of those around you. When you are optimistic, when you approach life with a glass-half-full mentality, you inspire others to do the same. You become a source of strength for those who are struggling, a light in the darkness for those who have lost hope. Your positivity empowers others to believe in themselves and in the possibilities of the future. When you walk through life with a positive attitude, you become a beacon of hope, attracting people who share your vision and energy. A positive mental attitude also nurtures creativity and innovation. When you are positive, your mind is open to new ideas, and you are more willing to explore uncharted territories. A positive mindset removes the fear of failure and makes you more willing to take bold action. Instead of hesitating or second-guessing, you move forward with confidence, knowing that each step brings you closer to your goal. You approach challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities to innovate, to create, and to push the boundaries of what you thought was possible. At its core, a positive mental attitude is about control. Control over your thoughts, your emotions, and your reactions. It is the ultimate form of self-mastery. When you master your own mind, nothing can stand in your way. The power of a positive mental attitude lies in its ability to influence every aspect of your life. It's the driving force behind your actions, your relationships, your achievements, and your happiness. It's a mindset that allows you to navigate through life with grace, courage, and an unwavering belief in your potential. And remember, a positive mental attitude is not a one-time choice. It is a way of life. It is a constant daily decision to focus on the good, to find the opportunity in every situation, and to believe in your ability to succeed. This mindset can be cultivated and strengthened through practice. The more you commit to thinking positively, the more natural it becomes, and the more powerful its effects will be. The world is full of challenges, but with a positive mental attitude, you can face anything that comes your way and come out victorious on the other side. When you develop a genuine interest in others, you unlock one of the most powerful tools for building lasting relationships and creating opportunities. This is not a skill, but a mindset, an understanding that the true path to success lies not in focusing solely on your own needs and desires, but in understanding and helping others. When you take the time to truly listen to people, to empathize with their struggles, dreams, and aspirations, you build connections that transcend mere transactions. People are not motivated by what you know or what you can do for them. They are motivated by how much you care. This principle, though simple, holds the key to creating trust, respect, and loyalty in all areas of life. Genuine interest in others means going beyond superficial conversations and surface-level interactions. It means investing the time and energy to truly understand the people around you. It requires that you pay attention, that you ask meaningful questions, and that you listen, not just to respond, but to understand. When you show real curiosity about someone's life, experiences, and perspective, you create an environment in which they feel valued and heard. The simple act of showing genuine interest in another person can be incredibly disarming. It breaks down walls, fosters openness, and creates an atmosphere of mutual respect. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to be consumed by our own priorities and goals. But true influence comes not from self-centeredness, but from the ability to connect with others on a deeper level. People don't remember what you said or what you did as much as they remember how you made them feel. When you take a sincere interest in someone else's life, you make them feel important. You make them feel like they matter. And in return, people will gravitate toward you, seeking to build a relationship, offer support, or provide opportunities. By focusing on others, you attract everything you need. However, showing genuine interest in others isn't about being manipulative or seeking personal gain. It's about cultivating empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Empathy enables you to connect with others on a human level, beyond just their role in your life. It allows you to see the world through their eyes and respond in a way that acknowledges their feelings, their challenges, and their experiences. When you lead with empathy, you build bridges, not barriers. Empathy creates a bond of trust, and trust is the cornerstone of any meaningful relationship. A person who shows a genuine interest in others is someone who does not view relationships as transactions. They do not ask, "What can I get from this?" but instead ask, "How can I help? How can I serve?" This mindset shifts your focus from your own needs to the needs of others. And it is this selflessness that forms the foundation for deep, authentic connections. When you consistently demonstrate interest in others without expecting anything in return, you create a cycle of goodwill that continues to grow. People want to be around those who make them feel seen and understood, and they are more likely to return the favor. One of the most powerful aspects of taking a genuine interest in others is the ripple effect it creates. When you show empathy and understanding, you not only change the dynamic between you and the individual, but you also set a positive example for those around you. Others begin to follow suit, and a culture of care and connection is cultivated. The more you engage with others in a meaningful way, the more others will begin to do the same, creating a community built on respect and trust. In the business world, relationships are everything. It's easy to focus on transactions, on the next deal, the next client, or the next goal. But the reality is that the best business relationships are built on a foundation of genuine interest and trust. When people feel that you care about them as individuals, they will not only do business with you, they will advocate for you. They will become your most loyal supporters, bringing opportunities and connections into your life that you never could have planned for. The key to unlocking these opportunities is simple. Put people first. Make them feel valued, heard, and appreciated. And in turn, you will build a network that is stronger and more supportive than you could ever imagine. When you genuinely care about others, your influence grows. People are drawn to those who show that they care. And when you show that you care, you create an environment where others feel comfortable opening up, sharing their thoughts and ideas, and contributing to the greater vision you have. True leadership is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. When you show interest in others, you create a sense of belonging, and people are more likely to follow and support you. But it's not just about the big moments. Genuine interest in others is often revealed in the small everyday actions. The way you greet people, the questions you ask, the way you listen attentively. It's in remembering someone's name, asking how their family is, or checking in on how their project is going. These small gestures of care may seem insignificant, but they have a profound impact. They show others that they matter and that you are present in their lives. And it is through these small acts of kindness and consideration that you build a reputation as someone who can be trusted, someone who genuinely cares. A genuine interest in others also requires a mindset of curiosity and open-mindedness. It's about being willing to listen to ideas and perspectives that may be different from your own. This curiosity not only strengthens relationships, but also broadens your own understanding of the world. By engaging with people from diverse backgrounds, you expand your worldview and become more adaptable, more understanding, and more resourceful. The more you learn about others, the more you learn about yourself. The process of understanding someone else's perspective helps you grow, adapt, and evolve. In essence, developing a genuine interest in others transforms the way you interact with the world. It deepens relationships, fosters loyalty, and creates opportunities that might never have come to you otherwise. When you make people feel seen, heard, and valued, you establish a foundation of trust and respect that is the bedrock of all successful relationships, personal and professional. The more you invest in others, the more you will find that the world is ready to invest in you. Mastering the art of communication is the most powerful tool you can wield in life. It is the bridge that connects ideas, builds relationships, and opens doors of opportunity. Without effective communication, even the greatest ideas remain unheard, and the most valuable connections go unnoticed. Communication is not just about speaking, it's about being heard, being understood, and connecting with others on a level that transcends words. True mastery of communication is not about what you say, but how you make others feel when they listen to you. It's about creating an impact with every interaction, whether you're speaking to a crowd, engaging in a one-on-one conversation, or even writing an email. The first step in mastering communication is understanding that it is a two-way street. Effective communication involves not just expressing your thoughts clearly, but also listening actively. When you truly listen, you show others that you value their opinions, their feelings, and their perspectives. Listening is the foundation upon which all great communication is built. It allows you to understand the needs and desires of others, which enables you to respond in a way that is meaningful and relevant. By actively listening, you create an environment of trust and openness, where others feel comfortable sharing their ideas and concerns. This dynamic is what makes communication a powerful tool for creating lasting relationships and fostering collaboration. It's also important to recognize that communication is not just verbal. Nonverbal cues often speak louder than words. Your body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice are all forms of communication that convey far more than the words you speak. The way you stand, the way you make eye contact, the way you use your hands, all of these things impact how your message is received. Mastering the art of communication means being mindful of these nonverbal signals, as they can either reinforce or contradict your spoken words. When your body language is aligned with your message, it creates a sense of authenticity and confidence, which makes it easier for others to connect with you. Another essential aspect of effective communication is clarity. Clarity is power. When you speak with clarity, you eliminate confusion and ensure that your message is received exactly as intended. This requires being intentional with your words, avoiding jargon or ambiguity, and focusing on the core message you want to convey. Clear communication requires focus, and it demands that you understand your audience's needs and expectations. Whether you are explaining a complex idea, giving instructions, or persuading someone, your ability to break down your message into simple, digestible points will determine your success. The simpler you can make your message, the more powerful it will be. In addition to clarity, brevity plays a crucial role in communication. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to communicate concisely is invaluable. People's attention spans are limited, and in many situations, less is more. The more concise you are, the more impactful your message will be. Brevity forces you to focus on what truly matters, to eliminate unnecessary details, and to get straight to the point. This doesn't mean oversimplifying your message. Rather, it means distilling it down to its essence so that it can be understood quickly and clearly. Mastering communication also requires emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence allows you to navigate the complex dynamics of human interaction. It's the ability to recognize and understand your emotions and the emotions of others, and to use this awareness to guide your behavior and communication. When you have high emotional intelligence, You can adapt your communication style to suit the emotional state of the person you're interacting with. You know when to be firm, when to be gentle, and when to offer empathy. Emotional intelligence also enables you to manage difficult conversations with grace, ensuring that you can address conflicts or disagreements without damaging relationships. This skill is crucial for building trust and maintaining respect, especially in challenging situations. Effective communicators also possess the ability to inspire and motivate others. True mastery of communication goes beyond just conveying information. It's about influencing others in a way that encourages action. When you speak with passion, conviction, and purpose, you inspire others to take action. Whether you're leading a team, giving a speech, or having a one-on-one conversation, the way you communicate can ignite enthusiasm and spark change. People are drawn to those who can articulate a vision, who can paint a picture of a better future and inspire others to strive for it. The ability to inspire through communication is a trait that sets great leaders apart from the rest. However, it's important to remember that communication is not just about what you say, it's also about what you don't say. Mastering silence is a powerful skill in communication. Silence allows you to pause and gather your thoughts, to let your words sink in, and to create space for others to respond. It can also create an air of mystery and intrigue, compelling others to listen more attentively. Silence, when used correctly, can be just as powerful as any spoken word. It forces people to reflect, and it shows that you are thoughtful and deliberate in your speech. One of the most overlooked aspects of communication is the ability to adapt your message to your audience. Not everyone communicates in the same way, and understanding your audience's preferences, interests, and communication styles is essential for success. A message that resonates with one person may fall flat with another. Mastering communication means knowing when to use humor, when to be serious, when to be formal, and when to be informal. It's about reading the room and adjusting your approach to ensure that your message lands with impact. The best communicators are those who can adapt their style to fit the needs of their audience, ensuring that their message is both understood and appreciated. Mastering the art of communication also involves being open to feedback. The best communicators are those who actively seek feedback and are open to learning and growing. Communication is an evolving skill, and there is always room for improvement. By embracing feedback, you demonstrate a commitment to personal growth and a willingness to improve your interactions with others. It also shows that you value the opinions of others and are willing to adjust your approach to better serve your audience. Ultimately, mastering the art of communication is about creating connections. It's about building relationships, influencing others, and leaving a lasting impact on the world around you. When you communicate with authenticity, clarity, empathy, and confidence, you unlock the potential to achieve extraordinary things. The ability to communicate effectively is a skill that will serve you in every area of life, from personal relationships to professional success. It is a tool that, when mastered, can transform your ability to lead, influence, and connect with the world. Emotional control is the cornerstone of personal mastery and success. It is the ability to regulate your emotions, thoughts, and behaviors in the face of difficult situations. The world around you is filled with constant challenges, stress at work, disagreements with others, unexpected setbacks, and moments of frustration. How you respond to these moments determines your future, your relationships, and your peace of mind. Emotional control is not about suppressing your emotions, but about managing them effectively so they don't dictate your actions or cloud your judgment. It's the ability to remain calm, composed, and focused regardless of what is happening around you. When you master emotional control, you gain the power to navigate through life's difficulties with clarity and confidence. At its core, emotional control begins with self-awareness. You cannot control what you do not understand. To gain control over your emotions, you must first recognize and acknowledge them. Emotional awareness is the ability to identify what you are feeling, why you are feeling it, and how it is affecting your thoughts and actions. It requires taking a step back from the situation rather than reacting impulsively and asking yourself, what am I truly feeling right now? Why am I feeling this way? This awareness gives you the space to choose your response rather than being at the mercy of your emotions. When you are aware of your emotional triggers, you can take steps to manage them before they take control of you. One of the most important aspects of emotional control is learning how to manage stress. Stress is inevitable in life, but how you respond to it can make all the difference. When stress begins to rise, it's easy to become overwhelmed, frustrated, or even anxious. However, emotional control teaches you to recognize stress as a signal to pause and regain composure. When you are under pressure, the key is to stay grounded and focus on what you can control. Rather than allowing stress to spiral out of control, you can choose to take deep breaths, reframe your thoughts, and break down the situation into manageable steps. This approach allows you to maintain a sense of calm, even when things are chaotic. Another critical aspect of emotional control is the ability to remain composed in the face of anger. Anger is one of the most powerful emotions, and if left unchecked, it can cloud your judgment and damage your relationships. Emotional control teaches you that anger is a natural response, but it is how you express it that matters. Instead of reacting impulsively in anger, you learn to step back, breathe, and choose a more measured response. When you control your anger, you preserve your integrity and maintain respect in difficult situations. Anger can be transformed into constructive energy when channeled correctly. Instead of lashing out, you can use that energy to take action toward resolving the issue or finding a solution. Emotional control allows you to turn potentially destructive emotions into opportunities for growth and problem solving. Emotional control also plays a significant role in managing fear. Fear is a powerful emotion that can paralyze you, holding you back from taking risks and pursuing your goals. However, when you have emotional control, you can look fear in the face and act anyway. Fear is not something to avoid, but something to embrace. Instead of letting fear control your decisions, you learn to acknowledge it and move forward with purpose. Emotional control enables you to assess fear rationally. Understand that it is often a product of your imagination or uncertainty, and take the necessary steps despite it. When you master emotional control, you are able to act with courage, even in the face of fear, because you understand that fear is not an obstacle. It is a signal that you are on the verge of growth. One of the most powerful aspects of emotional control is its impact on decision-making. When your emotions are in control, you make decisions based on logic and reason rather than impulse or reaction. Emotional decisions are often clouded by temporary feelings, whether that's anger, fear, or excitement. However, when you exercise emotional control, you can step back and evaluate a situation objectively, allowing you to make decisions that are aligned with your long-term goals. Emotional control enables you to separate your emotions from your actions, ensuring that your decisions are not based on fleeting feelings, but on what truly serves your best interests. In relationships, emotional control is essential for building trust and respect. When you are emotionally controlled, you are able to respond to others with empathy, understanding, and patience, even in difficult situations. Relationships thrive on communication, and emotional control allows you to communicate clearly and effectively without being hijacked by strong emotions. For instance, when you disagree with someone, emotional control helps you stay calm and composed, allowing you to listen to the other person's point of view without reacting defensively. By staying emotionally regulated, you create a space for healthy, productive conversations rather than escalating conflict or fostering resentment. Emotional control also has a profound impact on your self-esteem and confidence. When you can manage your emotions, you gain a sense of inner strength and control over your life. You no longer feel at the mercy of your moods or circumstances, but instead you develop a sense of self-mastery. This self-mastery builds confidence as you realize that you have the power to navigate any challenge that comes your way. You become more resilient because you know that you are in control of how you respond to adversity. Emotional control gives you the ability to stay focused on your goals, even when the path is difficult, and to maintain a positive outlook regardless of setbacks. Another essential aspect of emotional control is developing patience. Patience allows you to remain calm in moments of frustration or delay, and it gives you the fortitude to stay the course, even when things don't go according to plan. It is easy to become frustrated when progress is slow or obstacles seem insurmountable. However, with emotional control, you learn that success takes time and that every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Patience allows you to maintain a long-term perspective, to trust the process, and to keep moving forward, even when the journey is not immediate. Emotional control helps you develop the endurance to keep going when others might give up, and it gives you the ability to trust that your persistence will pay off. Ultimately, mastering emotional control is the key to unlocking your full potential. When you can control your emotions, you gain control over your life. You no longer react impulsively or allow emotions to dictate your decisions. Instead, you make choices that align with your goals, values, and vision for the future. Emotional control gives you the strength to face life's challenges with resilience and grace, and it allows you to build relationships based on trust, respect, and understanding. It is the foundation of personal power, and once you master it, nothing can stop you from achieving your greatest aspirations. Gratitude and appreciation are the most powerful forces for creating abundance in your life. They are not just passive feelings or polite gestures. They are transformative practices that shift your mindset and open doors to greater opportunities, stronger relationships, and deeper fulfillment. When you embrace gratitude, you recognize the value in what you have, and in turn, attract more of what you appreciate. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the door to a richer, more rewarding life. It allows you to see beyond the challenges and obstacles, enabling you to focus on the blessings and possibilities that are all around you. At its core, gratitude is about perspective. It's about choosing to see the positive, even when things are difficult. In a world that constantly pushes us to strive for more, to achieve bigger goals, and to always reach for the next milestone, it's easy to overlook the blessings that already exist in our lives. However, when you practice gratitude, you shift your focus from what you lack to what you have. You stop measuring your life by what you don't yet possess and begin to measure it by the richness of what is already in your hands. This shift in perspective doesn't just make you feel better, it makes you more open to receiving even greater things. When you appreciate what you have, you create an energy of abundance that attracts more opportunities, relationships, and blessings into your life. Gratitude is also the antidote to negativity. When life gets tough, when things don't go as planned, and when you feel overwhelmed, gratitude is the tool that helps you rise above it all. It doesn't mean ignoring the challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. Rather, it means choosing to focus on the good, even in the midst of adversity. This practice of focusing on what you're thankful for allows you to maintain a positive mindset, which is crucial for overcoming obstacles and staying motivated. Gratitude gives you the strength to keep going even when things seem bleak, because it reminds you of the good that is still present in your life. In addition to being a powerful personal tool, gratitude also has the ability to strengthen relationships. When you express appreciation for others, you make them feel valued, respected, and seen. Gratitude is a form of recognition, and everyone wants to feel recognized for their contributions, their efforts, and their worth. When you thank others for what they bring to your life, you deepen your connection with them. Whether it's a small gesture, like thanking someone for their help, or a deeper expression of appreciation for their ongoing support, gratitude creates a bond that is rooted in mutual respect. When you show gratitude, you also inspire it in others. People are more likely to appreciate and acknowledge your contributions when you make them feel seen and valued. Gratitude is also a powerful tool for personal growth. It teaches you to focus on the present moment and embrace the journey, rather than fixating on the destination. Often, we are so focused on our goals, dreams, and ambitions that we forget to appreciate the progress we've already made. By practicing gratitude, you learn to celebrate the small wins, the incremental steps forward, and the lessons learned along the way. Gratitude helps you stay grounded, reminding you that every step, no matter how small, is part of the larger journey. When you cultivate an attitude of appreciation, you become more content with where you are, while still being motivated to achieve your greater goals. Furthermore, gratitude is a powerful force for attracting abundance into your life. When you focus on the things you are thankful for, you send a message to the universe that you are open and ready to receive more. It's like telling the world that you appreciate what you've been given, and as a result, more is drawn to you. Gratitude fosters a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. When you feel grateful for what you have, you create a positive feedback loop where more good things come your way. This doesn't mean that you should be grateful only when things are going well. It means being grateful for everything in your life, even the challenges, because they are all part of the process of growth and progress. The practice of gratitude also has a profound impact on your mental and physical health. Studies have shown that practicing gratitude regularly can reduce stress, improve your sleep, and boost your overall well-being. When you focus on the positive aspects of your life, your brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the feel-good chemicals that enhance your mood and energy levels. This leads to improved mental clarity, increased resilience, and a stronger immune system. Gratitude can change your entire outlook on life, shifting you from a mindset of lack to one of abundance. It enhances your emotional resilience, helping you navigate challenges with a more optimistic and hopeful attitude. When you practice gratitude, you also develop a deeper sense of humility. Gratitude reminds you that you are not alone in your successes. Every achievement, every milestone, is the result of the support, guidance, and contributions of others. Whether it's your family, friends, colleagues, or mentors, the people who have helped you along the way deserve your appreciation. Gratitude brings awareness to the fact that you didn't get where you are solely by your own effort. You are part of a larger network, and that network deserves recognition. By acknowledging the contributions of others, you not only express gratitude, but you also cultivate an attitude of humility and respect, which strengthens your relationships and reputation. Appreciation is also about recognizing the inherent value in the world around you. When you take the time to appreciate the beauty in the small things, the sound of birds singing, the warmth of the sun on your face, the love of a friend, you begin to see life in a completely different light. Gratitude shifts your perspective from a sense of entitlement to one of appreciation. You begin to see that life is full of gifts, both big and small, and that every moment holds something valuable. This shift in perspective opens your eyes to the richness of your surroundings, making you more present, more mindful, and more connected to the world around you. Gratitude also fuels a sense of purpose. When you are grateful for your life and the opportunities before you, you are more motivated to use your time and energy wisely. You recognize that life is a precious gift, and you want to make the most of it. Gratitude gives you the drive to pursue your dreams with passion, knowing that you are fortunate to have the chance to do so. It keeps you grounded, reminding you of the larger purpose behind your goals and dreams. Gratitude fuels the fire within, pushing you forward with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. Ultimately, gratitude is the gateway to a life of abundance, fulfillment, and joy. By cultivating a practice of appreciation, you open yourself up to the limitless possibilities that life has to offer. Gratitude shifts your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance, creating a ripple effect that impacts every area of your life. When you appreciate what you have, you invite more of it into your life, and you inspire others to do the same. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it is a way of life. And when you live with gratitude, you unlock the power to create the life you've always dreamed of. You said, integrity and honesty, strong starts line expended, and don't heading any ending sentence in 800 words. ChatGPT said, integrity and honesty are the foundation of trust. And trust is the foundation of all successful relationships, whether personal or professional. Without integrity, nothing of true value can be built. And without honesty, no genuine connection can be formed. Integrity is the commitment to doing what is right, even when no one is watching, while honesty is the practice of being truthful and transparent in every action, word, and thought. These two qualities are essential for creating a life of authenticity and respect. When you align your actions with your values, when you live in truth, you create a life of purpose, fulfillment, and lasting success. Integrity is not something that can be faked or borrowed. It must come from within. It is the unwavering commitment to doing what is morally right, regardless of the consequences or external pressures. Integrity is what you are when no one is watching, when there is no one to impress, and no reward to gain. It's about staying true to your values and principles, even in moments of temptation or difficulty. Integrity is the foundation upon which you build your character, and your character is the true reflection of who you are. Your actions, guided by integrity, determine your legacy and how others will remember you. In a world that sometimes values speed, efficiency, and shortcuts, integrity reminds us that the long, honest path is the only one worth taking. Integrity requires patience and perseverance, because it is often easier to compromise on principles than to stand firm in your beliefs. However, choosing the path of integrity is always worth it in the long run. Integrity is about more than just doing the right thing when it's convenient. It's about staying true to yourself even when it's hard, even when the world is pushing you in the opposite direction. It's about upholding the highest standards of honesty, fairness, and truth, regardless of the cost. This is what sets the great apart from the ordinary. Honesty, on the other hand, is the outward expression of integrity. Honesty is the act of being truthful, transparent, and clear in your dealings with others. It is the ability to speak your truth, even when it is uncomfortable, and to do so with clarity and compassion. Honesty is a reflection of self-respect and respect for others. When you are honest with others, you create an environment of trust and mutual respect. People know that they can rely on you to speak the truth, and they know that you will always be straightforward with them, no matter the situation. In many ways, honesty is the simplest form of integrity. When you are honest, you do not have to remember lies or create elaborate stories to cover up the truth. Honesty frees you from the burden of deceit and makes life infinitely easier to navigate. It allows you to show up as your authentic self without fear of being exposed or caught in a lie. Honesty brings clarity to your life and your relationships. It eliminates the confusion and stress that comes from hiding the truth or pretending to be someone you are not. When you live in honesty, you experience a sense of freedom and peace, because you no longer have to carry the weight of secrets or dishonesty. Honesty and integrity are also the cornerstones of trust. Trust is the currency of all meaningful relationships. Without it, no relationship can thrive. Whether in business, friendships, or romantic relationships, trust is essential for building strong, lasting bonds. When you operate with integrity and honesty, you create an environment where trust can grow. People are drawn to those who are truthful and consistent in their actions because they know that they can rely on them. Trust is built over time through consistent honesty and integrity. Every action you take, every word you speak, either strengthens or weakens the trust that others place in you. If you betray their trust, it can take years to rebuild, and sometimes it can never fully be restored. Trust, once broken, is difficult to repair, which is why it is so important to protect it by living with integrity and honesty at all times. Another powerful aspect of integrity and honesty is their role in self-respect. When you act with integrity and speak the truth, you develop a deep sense of self-worth and confidence. There is a quiet strength that comes from knowing you are true to yourself, from understanding that you do not need to manipulate, deceive, or compromise to gain approval. When you live honestly, you are not beholden to anyone else's opinions or judgments because you know that you are acting in alignment with your true values. Living with integrity and honesty allows you to stand tall in any situation because you know you are walking the path of authenticity. One of the greatest challenges of integrity and honesty is the temptation to cut corners or tell a white lie in order to avoid discomfort or negative consequences. However, the temporary relief that comes from dishonesty is always outweighed by the long-term damage it causes. Every time you compromise on integrity, you weaken your character and your reputation. Even small, seemingly insignificant lies can add up, eroding the trust and respect that others have for you. When you compromise on honesty, you rob yourself of peace of mind and personal satisfaction, and you invite unnecessary complexity and stress into your life. Integrity and honesty also create a ripple effect that impacts the world around you. When you live with integrity and honesty, you set an example for others to follow. Your actions influence those around you, encouraging them to live with the same principles. You create a culture of respect and trust, where people feel safe to be themselves and speak the truth. In turn, this creates stronger communities, more effective teams, and healthier relationships. By living with integrity and honesty, you become a force for positive change in the world. You inspire others to uphold the same values, creating an environment where truth and fairness reign. At the heart of integrity and honesty is the desire to align your inner values with your outward actions. When your actions match your words, and your words reflect your true beliefs, you live a life of coherence and authenticity. You no longer have to second-guess yourself or justify your actions because you know you are acting in accordance with your principles. This sense of alignment is deeply fulfilling and gives you the courage to face any situation with confidence. In both your personal and professional life, integrity and honesty serve as the bedrock of true success. They build the trust, respect, and admiration that are necessary for meaningful connections and sustainable achievements. When you act with integrity and speak the truth, you create lasting relationships, foster loyalty, and attract opportunities that align with your values. In the end, integrity and honesty are not just about doing what is right in the moment. They are about building a life that is authentic, fulfilling, and full of lasting impact. Continuous improvement is the key to unlocking your full potential. It is the relentless pursuit of growth, progress, and excellence in every area of your life. To commit to continuous improvement is to embrace the mindset that no matter where you are today, there is always room to grow, to become better, and to reach higher. It's a mindset that drives you to not settle for mediocrity, but to challenge yourself to be the best version of yourself each and every day. Continuous improvement is about progress, not perfection. It's about taking one step forward, no matter how small, and continually pushing the boundaries of what you are capable of achieving. At its core, continuous improvement is a mindset, a way of thinking that is focused on learning, adapting, and evolving. It starts with the belief that you are not limited by your current abilities, but that you have the power to enhance and refine your skills and knowledge. It's a mindset that embraces failure not as defeat, but as a valuable lesson that moves you one step closer to success. Every setback becomes an opportunity to learn, adapt, and improve. Instead of being discouraged by obstacles, those committed to continuous improvement use those challenges as stepping stones to greater achievements. They see failures as temporary, learning experiences that help them fine-tune their approach and ultimately propel them toward their goals. Continuous improvement is not a one-time event or a short-term effort. It's a lifelong journey that requires commitment, dedication, and resilience. It's a daily process of evaluating where you are, assessing where you can do better, and making the necessary adjustments to move forward. The key to continuous improvement is consistency. It's not about making radical changes all at once, but about making small, incremental improvements over time. These small improvements may seem insignificant in the moment, but over the course of days, weeks, months, and years, they compound into remarkable results. It's the small, consistent actions taken over time that lead to monumental success. One of the most important principles of continuous improvement is self-reflection. To improve continuously, you must be willing to look at yourself honestly and critically. You must be able to assess your strengths and weaknesses without judgment and acknowledge areas where you need to grow. Self-reflection is about being honest with yourself about your current performance and your future potential. It requires you to ask difficult questions. Where am I falling short? What can I do better? Where do I need to push myself? These questions are the foundation of improvement because they create the awareness necessary to make meaningful changes. Continuous improvement also requires a strong sense of discipline. It's about building habits that support your growth and sticking to them, even when you don't feel like it. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of starting something new, but true growth comes from sticking to your plan, day in and day out. It's the small actions, taken consistently, that lead to big results. Whether it's dedicating time to learning new skills, pushing through difficult challenges, or developing better habits, discipline is the muscle that powers continuous improvement. It's about showing up, even when it's hard, because you know that every step you take is another step toward becoming the person you want to be. Another key aspect of continuous improvement is embracing feedback. Feedback, both positive and constructive, is an essential tool for growth. It provides you with valuable insights into how others perceive your actions, decisions, and progress. When you are committed to continuous improvement, you seek feedback with an open mind, knowing that it will help you see things from a different perspective and improve your performance. Feedback helps you identify blind spots and areas for development that you may have overlooked. It can be uncomfortable at times, but it is always an opportunity for growth. By embracing feedback, you open yourself up to new possibilities and ideas that can help you improve in ways you may never have considered. Learning is another crucial element of continuous improvement. You can never stop learning if you want to keep improving. In a world that is constantly changing, the ability to learn new skills, acquire new knowledge, and adapt to new challenges is essential for success. Continuous improvement means that you are always looking for ways to expand your knowledge and expertise. It's about being curious and open to new ideas, perspectives, and experiences. Whether you are learning from books, mentors, colleagues, or life itself, learning is a vital part of the process. The more you learn, the more tools you have at your disposal to solve problems, make better decisions, and move closer to your goals. One of the most powerful aspects of continuous improvement is the ability to stay humble and embrace the idea that you don't know everything. No matter how much you accomplish or how much success you achieve, there is always more to learn, more to improve, and more to give. This mindset allows you to remain open to new ideas and new ways of doing things. It prevents you from becoming complacent or arrogant, and it keeps you hungry for more growth. With this mindset, you see yourself as a lifelong learner, always striving to be better than you were yesterday. Humility, combined with the drive for continuous improvement, is the ultimate formula for sustained success. Another key factor in continuous improvement is the importance of persistence. Success is rarely achieved overnight, and the road to improvement is filled with setbacks, challenges, and obstacles. The difference between those who succeed and those who fall short is the ability to keep going despite the difficulties. When you are committed to continuous improvement, you understand that progress is not always linear and that failure is part of the process. It's about picking yourself up after each setback, learning from it, and pressing on with renewed determination. Persistence is the fuel that keeps the fire of improvement burning even when the going gets tough. It's the refusal to quit, the unwavering belief that you can always do better, and the drive to keep improving, no matter how many obstacles stand in your way. Continuous improvement also requires a sense of accountability. When you take responsibility for your growth and development, you empower yourself to make meaningful changes. Accountability ensures that you remain focused on your goals, that you stay disciplined, and that you measure your progress over time. Without accountability, it's easy to lose momentum or become distracted. When you hold yourself accountable, you take ownership of your journey and commit to doing whatever it takes to get better. This sense of responsibility drives you forward and keeps you on track as you work toward your personal and professional goals. The power of continuous improvement is that it creates a snowball effect. As you improve in one area of your life, you gain confidence and momentum that carry over into other areas. Each step forward builds on the last, and soon you will find that your capacity for growth has expanded beyond what you ever thought possible. Continuous improvement is not just about achieving goals, it's about becoming the kind of person who is always striving for greatness. When you adopt this mindset, you unlock your full potential and set yourself on a path toward, in conclusion, the journey of continuous improvement is the pathway to a life of limitless potential. It is a mindset, a commitment, and a daily practice that, when embraced fully, transforms every aspect of your existence. You are not bound by your past or your current limitations. You are empowered by the belief that growth is always possible, and that you have the ability to reach new heights with each passing day. The small, consistent actions, the lessons learned from failure, the discipline to keep going, and the humility to seek feedback all build upon each other, creating a life that is dynamic, fulfilling, and full of possibility. By committing to continuous improvement, you are choosing to become the best version of yourself, not just for today, but for the future. This is not a destination, but an ongoing process, a journey that will continue to unfold as long as you are willing to learn, grow, and improve. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. With each step forward, you are creating a legacy of growth, resilience, and excellence. So, embrace the process, trust in your ability to improve, and know that the power to shape your future lies in your hands. The greatest version of yourself is waiting to be discovered. Keep moving forward and make the most of this incredible journey of continuous improvement.